friends, my name is Lindsay and welcome to the first ever episode of Coffee, Laughs, and Disability, where we will be talking about all things chronic illness, disability, helpful products to make your life easier, and so much more. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Now let's dive right in. The first order of business today is our Disabled Creator Shoutout. I've made so many connections and have been inspired by so many different creators, just like Maggie and Lisa from @Spoonies_United on Instagram. These ladies take up an amazing amount of my feed, probably almost a quarter of it. I'm constantly liking and sharing their content. They always have something great to say, and they've just really created an amazing community. Along with the almost 14,000 followers that they have accumulated on Instagram, they also have a Discord. And if you don't know what a Discord is, it's an online private server space where you can chat, video chat, and just hang out with your community. I'm currently not a part of the Discord, but I think it's a wonderful addition to the amount of love that they already are giving out. Maggie and Lisa, if you're watching this, thank you so much for all of the hard work you put into spreading awareness every single day for chronic illness, and I'm very lucky to become a part of your community. Moving on, I need a sip. So every episode I will be picking out one illness or disability of the week or of the episode and educating all of you as well as myself. As a human who lives on planet Earth, I think it's very important for everyone, not just the people who live with disabilities, to understand them and to know how to go about their day-to-day lives and as they encounter people with chronic illness and disabilities. This week's disorder is Tourette Syndrome. Tourette's is a neurological disorder characterized by sudden, rapid, involuntary movements or vocal sounds called tics. Tics can range from extremely mild, barely noticeable, to extremely self-harming. Some people have vocal tics, some people have motor tics, some people like me have both. A big thing about Tourette's, as well as any other chronic condition, is the symptoms present themselves differently. Each person is treated differently, and not one patient is the same. When I go out with my friends, when my heart rate gets up, when I'm stressed out, it all just kind of snowballs into a tick mountain that I have to scale down, chill. Most of the time when I'm at home, my tics are very chill. They're barely noticeable. I just do a little head twitch every once in a while, or like a trunk contraction, or I'll just do something and you won't even know. What bothers me a lot is that in the media, it's portrayed in the way that most people interpret it as being a condition where you cuss at people all the time and spew vocal profanity, and that's just not the case. Although it can happen, and it does, to a lot of us, that's not all that it is. For the next segment of this disability series, I will be going in depth through the ADA accessibility rights and just informing all of you as well as myself, because I really don't know much about it. So this is also a huge learning opportunity for me. And once we learn all about our rights as disabled people out in public, I will go out and explore the world and find places that are handicap accessible or not so handicap accessible, and rate them on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 being the most accessible. For my criteria specifically for this segment, I want automatic doors. I want people who know sign language who work there. I want their handbook to talk about how to properly interact with disabled individuals in customer service. I would like, I don't know if I said sign language already, braille, menus, just like top tier. That's the only thing at this point I think that would get a 10 out of 10. Other than that, we'll see how it goes. I'd be surprised if anyone, anywhere other than a hospital, gets a 10 out of 10. Anyway, my goal with this is to create change in the way that our buildings are constructed, our employees are taught, and I really want to get behind the scenes as well and even call the companies and figure out what their policies are and just really try to create change. So as we jump into our ADA learning, I'm gonna have to read my laptop because there is no way I'm gonna memorize the ADA. So let's turn to the laptop and see what the first part of it says, shall we? The Americans with Disabilities Act was signed into law on July 26, 1990. Why, first of all, did it take until 1990 for us to realize that disabled people need accessible rights? And just rights in general. By President George H.W. Bush. The ADA is one of America's most comprehensive pieces of civil rights legislation that prohibits discrimination and guarantees that people with disabilities have the same opportunities as everyone else to participate in the mainstream of American life. But do they? Do they really? To enjoy employment opportunities, to purchase goods and services, and to participate in state and local government programs and services. Modeled after the civil rights movement, just kidding, it was an act, not a movement, of 1964, which prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, and Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, the ADA is an equal opportunity law for people with disabilities. Now, although there is an act in place, I'm pretty sure we all know that there is an extreme amount of flaws in our systems. Now that we have learned what the ADA is supposed to be all about, let's dive into disabled history. So in each episode, I will talk about different individuals and events throughout history that have made an impact in some form on the lives of the disabled. Our first historically significant person is Harriet Tubman. I bet you didn't know that she had epilepsy, did you? Because they don't put that in our history books. Neither did I until creating this episode. She suffered a TBI around 12 years old from a head injury. Think of all the crazy things she did past 12 years old with epilepsy. And nobody knows, I'm sure of it, except the people who Google it specifically like me, know that she even has epilepsy. Harriet Tubman was born around 1830. Just kidding, no she wasn't. Harriet Tubman was born around 1820 and passed away in 1913. In her years on this planet Earth, she was an abolitionist. Did I say that right? Abolitionist, who was known as the Moses of the people. My coffee is not warm. She was enslaved. She escaped. And she remained a helpful servant to those in the Underground Railroad as a conductor. Harriet was also a super spy and guerrilla soldier, I have a hard time saying that, and a nurse for the Union Army during the Civil War. She was obviously a badass, even with her disability, and is considered to be the first African American woman to be in the military. While making this episode, there were a lot of things that I didn't know, and a lot of things that really bothered me, like the fact that nobody knows that Harriet Tubman had epilepsy. So for our next segment, I have made a list of helpful products for you that I think would make your life just a little easier, if not better. So I hope you're learning and having fun with me today. Now let's get into the helpful products that I have found and I like to show you. So these products might be helpful for those with chronic illness and disabilities, but I think they could just about benefit anyone as well. The first product I have for you is called the Key-Wing, and I have to look at my notes because I forgot what it's called. The Key-Wing. I'm going to insert a picture of the Key-Wing right here. And essentially the Key-Wing is wings for your keys. it helps anyone with arthritis or hand difficulties turn the knob just a little bit easier. And I will also go ahead and link all of these products in the description box below for your enjoyment. The second product that I have in store for you today is the Designer Protein Powder. I personally have been using this Designer Whey for a month or so now because I have a very hard time gaining weight and I also have no appetite ever. So when I want a chocolate peanut butter shake, I might as well get 23 vitamins and minerals in it as well. Each serving of exactly 2 leveled scoops has 25 grams of whey protein, only 2 grams of sugar, and there's fiber in it too. I don't know how much there is, but there is fiber in it. And if you cannot have whey, they do make a vegan option. There are lots of different protein meal replacement options within the Designer Protein line. Actually, I think it's called Designer Wellness. I'm not sure, but I will also go ahead and link that Amazon link down below and insert a picture here because it's so delicious and so nutritious. In my shakes, I like to add 2 large scoops of peanut butter and 1 cup of almond milk, and also a half of a banana because it's freaking good. And I like the consistency of the peanut butter with the banana. And then ice. It's like steak and shake. It's so good for me. So good. I drink about 1 of those every day, and I have seen some changes on the scale. So my last product recommendation of the day is this super cute avocado plushie that you can stick in the microwave for warmth and comfort. Or it has a cold therapy option as well. I'm not exactly sure if you stick it in the fridge or if you put something cold inside of it. I don't know, but you can. Hot, cold therapy, plushie. Also, if you could put essential oils on it. So good. It's great for kids who need a sensory buddy or adults who need a sensory buddy. I need one. It's on my Christmas list. If you're watching this and you're buying me Christmas presents, this is what I want. And so you can get them on Amazon, but they also have weighted plushies. So if you don't want to spend $45 to way too much money on a weighted blanket, you can buy a weighted plushie and or a bunch of weighted plushies and just put them. The coffee's getting to me now. It's still not warm. But I'm drinking it. My final topic for today are recipes for people with food intolerances, allergies, or people who have digestive issues like me. There are little feet under the door like this. Anyway, also an important part to this segment is their meals are easy, they're quick, some of them might even be frozen, but they're healthy for you because most of the time I don't want to cook anything. And I know a lot of people with chronic illnesses are tired. We don't want to slave over the kitchen stove with boiling hot water if we have hot issues with hot stuff, or we just don't want to do it, okay? When I wake up from my nap in the afternoon, the last thing I want to do is cook something, okay? That's just me. I'm not saying everybody wakes up from a nap in the afternoon still tired, but I do, and I don't want to cook. Okay, the first option I have for you today is vegan. It is also a frozen meal, and it's freaking delish, okay? The brand is called, the brand is called The Alpha, and specifically this meal that I'm talking about is their chicken. I have something in my eyeball. Ow! All is well. So the brand is called The Alpha. The meal is the chicken pot pie. And I could eat this, I'm not kidding you, every single day. So good. vegan. I said that. So good. Easy. Frozen meal. It's a no-brainer, really. It tastes absolutely homemade. Homemade. And I'm not vegan, but I do enjoy vegan options because, well, vegan and vegetarian options, because meat just kind of doesn't sit with me very well. So these are great. You can get them at Kroger or Walmart, and they come in packs of 2 little pot pies. They're about this big. They're so delicious. They're so good. I need to go grocery shopping. I've also linked those so you can see what they look like, read the ingredients, try them out. Kroger, Walmart. The second recipe that I have for you is vegetarian spaghetti and meatballs. Super easy. You get any kind of spaghetti that you want. I personally like veggie spaghetti because I don't eat a lot of veggies, and if I can get it in my spaghetti, it's just better for everyone. The recipe is super easy. My daughter helped me stir everything together. We had a very nice bonding moment. It was so much fun. You can use any kind of veggies that you want. I used carrots, spinach, and onions. So what you do is get a huge bowl, but first you gotta get a blender, and you blend up all of your veggies into a nice puree. No, not even a puree. A nice fine chop. And then you put everything into a bowl with breadcrumbs and sticky white rice. Or, I mean, you could probably use any other kind of rice, but I think sticky white rice is really what keeps those meatballs together. So you get that, blend it all up in a bowl, and just fry it in a pan with some olive oil, and you've got like some super delicious meatballs. Also, the breadcrumbs that I had were Italian seasoning flavored. So, I mean, I guess you don't need to have those, but it was so good. They were so good. They were so good. Olive did not eat them. If you have a picky kid, I don't know what to tell you, but she would not even look at them. But they were delicious, and I ate good that night. Thank you so much for watching and being here with me today. I hope you learned something about Tourette's. I hope you learned something about the ADA. I hope you continue watching so that we can learn all about our rights as disabled people together and continue to spread awareness and create change in accessibility, as well as continue to find helpful products that make our lives easier and recipes that maybe make you feel a little better on the inside. Again, my name's Lindsay. This is Coffee, Laughs, and Disability. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.